Welcome to Bing Bing Money. Today we're going to talking about why taxing the rich is counterproductive. The United States federal government recently enacted a new tax law that increased taxes on a select group of very wealthy Americans. This is par for the course in most industrialized countries, where people at the highest levels of income pay more than those further down the scale. However, it is worth noting that this change in policy may have unintended consequences, particularly considering what other countries are doing and how certain groups in America are feeling with regard to inequality. Myths about tax policy are, unfortunately, widespread. For example, people assume that the wealthiest people pay a lot of taxes, but this is incorrect. The top 20% of the population actually pay less than their fair share in taxes. And it's even less for Americans with great wealth who live in 38 states and contribute nothing to the federal government whatsoever. This is because these people simply never pay anything due to offshore tax havens. The United States already has a problem with income inequality, one of the highest among industrialized countries. And even though many people in the United States think that income inequality is a serious problem, reducing taxes on wealthy individuals solves this issue solely for those who are wealthy, exacerbating the problem for everyone else. To make matters worse, reducing taxes at an individual level doesn't really stimulate the economy because high-income earners simply save and invest their money instead of spending it. In fact, the new American tax code will probably do more harm than good in the long run. It's not just that it's unfair. Reducing taxes on wealthy people will further increase income inequality and make it more difficult for up-and-coming entrepreneurs to become wealthy themselves. This happens because the wealthy have the ability to reduce their effective tax burden dramatically through loopholes and offshore tax havens. Furthermore, research shows that increasing tax rates tends to fuel negative economic growth. Many economists believe this is because the rich are a relatively smaller part of the overall economy than they once were, so cutting taxes on them simply doesn't stimulate the national economy as much as it used to. And that leads us to the ridiculous myth about how paying higher taxes for wealthy individuals will cause those people to leave their country. This is nonsense, as no one discards an entire fortune to avoid paying an extra 1% of their wealth. In fact, studies show that avoidance of higher tax rates does not cause wealthy individuals to leave their country, especially if they are citizens. Of course, there is another reason why the new American tax policy will be a failure. It disproportionately affects the middle class by raising taxes on them and lowering them for wealthy individuals. Also, this new tax policy reduces revenue that is desperately needed to pay for crucial services, such as education and healthcare. All of these things contribute to wealth inequality in the long run. Most importantly, the United States government has wasted a vast portion of its tax revenue over the past decade on entities such as the military and Social Security expenses. Reducing taxes on wealthy people does not address these issues and will likely result in an increase on the national debt because of this wastefulness. The new American tax policy is a failure, and it is time to get rid of these ineffective tax loopholes and make the United States a fairer place for everyone. Thank you for watching. Please share this video with your friends, and we'd love to hear that you'll be watching next time.